Well, hello, ladies. I am Coach Lavette Love, the CEO and founder of Love Life Legacy Coaching LLC. And today is Fridays. It's Freedom Fridays around here. So I hope everyone has had a awesome week and accomplished everything that they've set out to do. On Fridays, we coin them freedom because that's when we are releasing things. I forgive myself for my mistakes. Why? Because I am human. We all make mistakes. They're going to come, right? And we have to accept that. I know that I make mistakes every now and then, just like you and everybody else. Why? Because no one is perfect. We have to let go of the temptation to beat ourselves up about it and instead just what? Move on. Why? Because we learn from our mistakes. What's important is what we do after we fail and make that mistake. Do we get back up? Do we wallow in self pity and with the woulda, shoulda, couldas? Or do we say, okay, let's get up, let's move on? So we have to admit our mistakes, forgive ourselves, and move on. Then we can focus on what to do moving forward so it doesn't happen again, right? I do what I can to make up for it. If you need to apologize, apologize, but be sincere. Do ask what you can do to make things right. If you need to do it over, if you need to start it immediately, why not? If I neglected to do something that I was supposed to do, let me do it. Like, tell me, remind me. Please do not assume that I can read your mind. I cannot read minds. I am not that gifted. I do not have that talent. And I think that's where a lot of us go wrong. We have these expectations that we've created out of the sky. And we put this amount of pressure on us to get certain things done. We come up with these plans. These are our plans, not God's plans. These are our plans. So it's pigeonhole because we didn't ask for his guidance. We need it now that we in this mess and we made the mistake. Make sense? So when you make a mistake, when something goes wrong, do you look for the silver lining? What do I mean? Do you ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Mistakes always can teach you something. It always helps us grow. A little mistake can bring solutions to light that we never thought about before. Think about, and this is going to go way back for some of us, to science class. Remember who Thomas Edison was? The guy who was experimenting with the light bulb. Remember, he kept failing, he kept making mistakes, couldn't figure it out. At least this is what we were taught. I didn't do any research on my own to see who invented it. I'm just going by what we were taught. What would have happened if he had given up all the times he messed up and kept making that mistake? That's my point. That's what I want you to think about. And don't get caught up or hung up on the fact that when we make a mistake, that doesn't mean it's something bad. It's an opportunity. When things are going wrong, change your perception on how you see it. You know, I get the opportunity to fix this. It's a challenge, it's an opportunity. Get creative at your mistakes. Look for ways to create positive outcomes from our mistakes and our mess ups. So, I say all that today to say you have a choice. You have a choice, a decision to make. You get to decide, are you going to be optimistic? Will you have a positive attitude or a negative attitude about the mistakes you make? Will you be able to find something positive about each one? Now, I can't answer that question for you. I can only answer for myself. Here are some self reflection questions that I want you to think about, that I want you to write down in your journal. And by now, ladies, all of us should have a journal. You can call it whatever you want to call it: notebook, diary, journal, post it notes. But this is a space for you to write your thoughts, things, maybe things that didn't go well for you that day, things that were great. Gratitude journal, anything. Just start to take 5 minutes of your time a day. Can you take 5 minutes? Set a timer if you have to. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Why? Because nobody else is going to read this. This is your personal journal. It is about you. Okay? Remember, you have the right to be selfish. Self love is about you, self care is about you. But back to what I was saying, reflection questions for today, because I want us to start forgiving ourselves when we make mistakes. First question: do I get angry when I make a mistake? You know who I'm talking to. Next question: do I openly admit my mistakes and do what I can to make the situation better? I wish I could see some faces right now. I would love to be able to see your expression right now. The final question, question 3: what can you learn from a recent mistake? Think about it. There is something to be learned in every mistake or mishap that we experience. It is all in how we react. Remember, we cannot control the reactions of others. We can't control their behavior, but we can control our behavior. We can control how we react to a situation. So I want you to think about that and know that it is okay to forgive yourself. Look, if you can't forgive yourself, how you go forgive someone else? All right, until next time, I want you to enjoy this Friday. Have a fabulous Friday, and I will see you later. Thank you for listening.